Hi guys and welcome to the video. So we are on Star Trek Picard Season 2 Episode 4. Yeah. I'm not even sure where to begin with this episode. I'm just absolutely at a loss, okay? This season so far is 4 episodes in. We've had a lot happen, but not much happen. Yes, I don't even know where to begin. So I think I'll start by giving you the basic episode rundown. So, when we last saw our motley crew of utter fuckfaces, Rios was being detained by the authorities. Picard and Jurati were back on the La Sirena. Raffi and Seven were searching for Rios. And that's about it. So, episode opens and we are at Chateau Picard. Or certainly what's left of it, or the ruins of it, or it's a bit run down. And we get a little bit of Picard history, the World War II era of Picard's family. It's all run down and clearly it's renovated at some point. Hey ho ho ha. And they're trying to get in touch with Rios, Raffi, Seven, and they can't because the communication systems don't work long distance. Figure that one out. In Star Trek, communication devices don't work long distance. You and I can make a fucking phone call on a phone all the way around the world, but they can't use their communication system long distance. I don't understand. They'd be able to communicate with the fucking ship in orbit, but they can't communicate around the planet. They can't. Now, whatever fucking reason you want to make up for that, I just thought, yeah, alright, fine. Okay, again, switch brain off. So Raffi and Seven are looking for Rios. They go to the medical centre that he was at in the previous episode, and the janitor tells them that he's been taken away by ice, and she goes, by ice. By ice. Do you understand? Ice. They've been taken away by ice. That's who's taken them. Ice. You got that? Ice. Jurati and Picard are trying to figure out what the hell to do. Picard says, well, we've got to get you warmed up. At the very least. Let's go to the chateau and put the fire on. Picard has some flashbacks in the chateau, by the way, and they're back to when he was a little boy, so referencing back to the first episode. They're having a conversation. Not much is going off. He's just going, I'm remembering the past, which is in the future. They're trying to figure out what these coordinates are, what they mean. Jurati's trying to remember where the coordinates are, what the coordinates are. She sort of slides over the beads on an abacus. She picks up a book. She picks up a bottle of wine. Picard goes, what? Oh my god! Oh my god! They all have 15 on them, Jurati. You and your marvellous mind. Marvellous mind. Bottle's from 1915. And he goes, it's from 1915. They figure out that 15's really got to mean something. This is where I'm going to lose it a little bit. So be prepared, be warned. I'm going to get a little bit cross. Some people may think that this was a cute homage to Star Trek for The Voyage Home. I think it's fucking ridiculous and stupid and is an absolute trope of bad reboot, a bad robot, you know, J.J. Abrams and all that shit. Because they take a brilliant moment in Star Trek 4, which was comical and entertaining and absolutely full of Easter eggs. You read about the guy who was in this scene in the film. It's fascinating. He wrote the song and he starred in the film. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This, however, Raffi and Seven are on a bus in LA in the past, trying to get somewhere. Are you following me? And there's this asshole playing a very similar song to the one that was in The Voyage Home. Seven says, do you mind turning off that damn music? And instead of giving her the finger, you know, as it did in the original scene, what he then does is just goes, oh, I'm sorry, turns it off, and then says, I just like that song.
Oh, come on. Oh.
I mean, are you fucking kidding me? That doesn't pay homage to it. That copies it and changes it. And it's not funny. It wasn't funny. It was stupid. In my opinion, of course. If you laughed, you laughed, you found it funny. I certainly fucking didn't. It fucking made me angry. Picard says, we've got to try these coordinates, 15. You remember 15? We've got to try these coordinates. We've got to go there. She beams him away. And that's where the Borg Queen starts playing mind-fuck games, I suppose, on Jurati. I don't like her. I don't like her character, but she's not as bad as Ruffy. Picard materialises at 10 Forward Street, or whatever it was, from the first episode. And I'm thinking, don't go there. I know where you're going. Don't go there. Do not go there. Whatever you do not go there. Okay? And, oh, they went there.
Did they recast her? Why? Alright. Wait a minute, is that his dog? They just used the same dog.
So yeah, they've recast Guinan, okay? Now, that's not too bad in itself, okay? They wanted her to look younger, even though she's an Elorian and she basically doesn't really age that quickly. This is where it gets really stupid. And this is where there's definitive proof that the writers of these shows, these new Star Trek shows, haven't seen Star Trek. They just go, oh, there's an episode, let's see how we can rip that a new one and steal everything we can from it and twist the story and make it in our own image. Fuck a duck. I mean, absolute donkey waffles. Fucking...
Hold on. Shouldn't she know who he is? I'm sure she should know who he is. She's already met him at that point. In Time's Arrow. Oh, wow. So they clearly didn't watch that then. Fucking hell.
We all remember the Next Generation episode Time's Arrow, yeah? It was a quirky little episode, and it had a unique twist to it. Okay, so Picard and Guinan are friends. We know this from season 2 onward. They're very good friends, closer than family, you know, very good, dear friends, okay? But we never knew how they met. You assume it was pretty normal. Hi, my name's Jean-Luc. Hi, my name's Guinan, you know. But it turns out they actually met nearly 500 years in the past, in the 1800s, okay? Time's Arrow. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's absolutely fantastic. But Picard ends up joining the away team that goes back in time, okay? There's a whole backstory there. I'm not getting into the details of the episode, but the point is, that's when Picard meets Guinan, and that's when Guinan meets Picard for the first time. So when Picard goes forward in time, Guinan has to go through the rest of that time knowing who Picard is, knowing about the future, but not being able to say anything or do anything. This discount Guinan, she doesn't remember him, which she should, because Picard went back in time, yada, yada, yada. You can get into the time travel mechanics and get your head in a fucking mess, still end up right back where you started. Absolutely fine. But they don't even reference it. Picard doesn't even reference it. Guinan, you should know who I am. We met in the past. Remember? The 1800s, Samuel Clemens and Mark Twain, you know. It's not even referenced. It's not even fucking referenced. They cast a younger actor, even though in the 1800s, Guinan was practically the same, physically looks the same age as she did in the Next Generation in the future, yeah? Yeah, but they cast a younger person because I guess Whoopi Goldberg's, you know, past looking young these days. And she's got a dog, and it just so happens to be the exact same breed. I think it's the exact same fucking dog that Picard has in the future. Again, there might be some explanation later on in the season for that, but I'm thinking, you haven't seen Star Trek, have you? You haven't sat and watched Star Trek. You don't have any Star Trek fans in the writer's room at all. No Star Trek fans, no scientific advisors to the show, no one who has sat and watched every episode and goes, actually, you can't do that because... Maybe I'm getting a bit too angry about this. Maybe I'm just having a good rant. You know, either way, I hope you're being entertained. And she's kind of like lost faith in humanity. She's there to watch. She doesn't know who Picard is. Puts a shotgun at his face. You know, tells him to leave. Doesn't know who he is, which I think find fucking depressing. They couldn't go to the into greater detail with the previous lore, of course. Raffi and Seven go to a police station where they're trying to find Christabel Rios. They're trying to find Chris Rios, okay? Raffi's getting annoyed. Seven pulls her away, and this dude says, hey, look, the LAPD ain't going to have this guy. If ICE took him on board, they'll be in like an immigration center or something like that. Rios has his encounter with an ICE dickhead, like a proper dickhead from ICE immigration control. I mean, they're not exactly portraying these ICE officers in a very nice light.
Wow, they're really portraying ICE officers as dicks, aren't they? Oh my god! Fuck's sake!
You know, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They've got to push a certain point of view, haven't they? They can't have the ICE officers be, you know, nice at all. You know, you can't have some nice ones, some nasty ones. You have to have... They're all nasty. Oh, fucking hell. And he talks to Dr., you know, Fingersnap. You know, cuts back to Guinan and Picard. Guinan's saying goodbye to a dog because this dude here is coming to pick the dog up. She's having to give up a bar, 10 forward. Which, by the way, 10 forward was named on the Enterprise because it was on deck 10 forward. Okay, it was on deck 10 of the Enterprise and it was forward, so it's called 10 fucking forward. But she's got a bar on Earth called 10, number 10 on Forward Street. I think it's a bit too on the nose, but hey ho, whatever. Could be a nice tribute. I think it's fucking retarded. So she says goodbye to a dog. Lost all faith in humanity. All faith in humanity whatsoever. She's not, you know, she thinks we're a lost cause and she's gone, I've watched for long enough, I'm going. Picard utters something to her and it echoes back and forth ever so slightly. And she ends up puking because that's pretty much all they do in this. There's a reason Doomcock calls this Star Trek puke hard, because everybody fucking pukes all the fucking time. Jurati puked up about fucking 7 times in the first season, so it makes sense to have Guinan, I suppose, jump on the puke wagon. And it's because of something called time sickness, or something like that.
Time sickness? Oh, fudge buckets.
Yeah. So when's that a thing? Okay, it's a retcon. It's a fucking bad robot retcon. What the fuck ever. So Seven and Raffi leave the police station. Raffi decides, you know what, I'm going to go into this car, break into their system. Seven has lines like, you can't steal a car. And she's like, well, I'm not going to steal a car. I'm just going to use the computer, okay, to find Chris Rios. She phases a window in the car. The whole car doesn't, you know, vaporize. Not like in Future's End in Voyager. No, just the window vaporizes. Nothing else, just the window. Even though that window is connected to other things. But let's not go there, because that's entering serious nerd geeky territory. And I don't have the time to make a video of that length. She gets in the car. She starts searching for Rios. 2 police officers step out of the building. And Seven's like, oh shit, I've got to hide. And she hides and gets in the car. They find Rios is at a detention centre. Cuts away to Jurati and the Queen. The Queen's still trying to manipulate Jurati. Jurati says that the transporters are offline. I can't use the transporters. They've just gone down, conveniently, as they do quite often in Star Trek. I'll let them off of that one. Raffi and Seven have to drive there. So they steal a police car and you see the police chase from the trailer and everything like that. Jurati's like, I can't get this transporter working again. I'm not that fast. And they say, well, you've got to get the transporter working again. You've got to be that fast. And you know where this is going. She's going to use the Borg Queen to get the transporters back online. You just know it. So Picard and Guinan are leaving the bar. They're still having a chat. And Guinan says, oh dear, look at all the homeless people. Picard's trying to convince her, you've got to stay on Earth and give us time. We're not that bad as a species. I promise you, things will get better. And he cuts back to Rios. He's talking to Dr. Fingersnap. In comes arsehole ICE officer, who basically says to Rios, look, where you're going, it's a point of no return. Now, you sort of assume that they aren't about deportation, but it makes it sound like he's going to be disappeared in the system. And you're like, oh, really? Whatever. Rios decides to have some fun with this ICE guy and says, look, I'm really Captain Christabel Rios. of the USS Stargazer. My mission is to seek out new life and new civilizations and planets. And I'm just thinking, don't you dare speak those words. Don't you dare put those words in Star Trek Picard. 7 and 9 still getting chased. Rios goes on board the bus. We know that from the trailer that 7 and Raffi are going to save Rios in the end, so we already know that. I don't think it happens this episode. The Borg Queen basically says, I'll fix your transporters, Jurati, but I need something in return. And Jurati goes, okay, you can have me. Fine, I'll give in if you fix the transporters so I can get my friends out of trouble.
Oh, this is so dumb. So dumb. I have to keep these headphones on, just stop my brain from dripping out my ear. So
Jurati says to 7 and Raffi, look, you're going to have to stop the car. I know you're being chased by the police now, but you need to stop the car. And she goes, well, the authorities are right behind us. She says, stop the car, trust me, I'll beam you out. And she does. She beams them out. And they beam just ahead of Rios's transport bus, and they've figured they've got to try and rescue Rios without stepping on a butterfly. So Jurati manages to piss off the Borg Queen.
Oh, she's just pissed off the Borg Queen sort of creature thing, because it's not really the Borg Queen, is it?
So Guinan's going, she's not interested in what Picard has to say, and then Picard goes, my name is Jean-Luc Picard. And she stops, and you think, hang on a minute, does she remember? Does she remember that she's already met him in the past? And there's no explanation given. She goes, okay, fine, I'll help you. Get in the car. I'm going to take you to the Watcher. Now, some of you picked up on this previously and you have commented. Now, if you've ever seen Marvel's What If, you know that the Watcher sees the multiverse and you know, never interferes and everything. But apparently there's these race of Watchers who watch different species and how they evolve. So she's going to take him to the Watcher. And this creepy-ass little girl comes up with white eyes, and she's being really bossy to Picard and saying, look, you know, come with me. Fuck off, Guinan. I'm not interested. Fuck off, discount Guinan. I'm not interested in what you have to say. You get the fuck out of here. And she leads Picard away at a brisk pace for an old man. At first she says, ditch the communicator. And he goes, if I ditch this, I will be stranded. And she goes, I don't care. And then she says, take the freaking power cell out. But you get a hint of it being activated, you're in trouble. So all these people start getting possessed, yeah, with white eyes. Picard gets sort of led under this tunnel. Why all this pantomime? And the guy goes, we're making sure that you're not being followed. You've guided him 20 fucking meters. I think if anyone wanted to follow him, they could follow him 20 fucking meters. Turns out the Watcher is none other than Romulan lady. Or whatever her fucking name is. Laris. She's human. Or she appears to be human. I think that's episode over. But then it cuts to Q reading a newspaper. Q works for, I would say, NASA? Judging by the Europa badge. You know, maybe there's a mission to Europa. And the newspaper reads, World 2024 Revive Space Exploration. Okay, so clearly that's a clue. There's a woman walking with a book and Q saying, you can't do it, you can't do it. You know, you basically, you can't do it, you can't do it. Anyway, he snaps his fingers and the girl laughs. He snaps them again and says, oh, this is most unfortunate. He's clearly lost his powers, and then that's the end of the episode. Yeah, I decided to record myself watching the episode, and I'll put a few snippets in the video as you've seen. I'm not impressed. It proves that they don't watch Star Trek episodes. Okay, that they've got no one working for them. They've employed absolutely no one as any form of continuity specialist, whatever you fucking want to call it. Someone in charge of series continuity. Someone who can sit there and say, you can't do that because they won't hire someone like that. They won't hire scientific advisors because that makes their job harder. That sort of stuff will stick brick walls in front of their shitty writing, and they won't be able to write themselves out of it if they follow continuity. So they just make their own fucking bullshit up. Fucking hell. And I said in my last video, I'm not, I'm not interested in getting political on this channel. I know that Picard's referencing certain attitudes and certain stupid ways that people generalize the world. That generally speaking, humanity is a bad thing, and this nihilistic fucking point of view. I get all that, I get it's trying to do that, but I'm simply not going there. All they're doing is retconning all the time to fit their own stupid narrative, their own stupid, talentless hack writing. Yes, I'm getting angry. Yes, I do get angry at Star Trek Picard. I'm not finding any reason to hate this, by the way. The people who say, oh, you're just finding reason to hate it because you want to hate it, because you're a hateful person. I'm not a hateful person. I say every video, I fucking love Star Trek. But what I want is people to respect the material that they're working with. Not to come in and go, ha, ha, fuck you, 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 fuck you. I'm going to write whatever the fuck I want. Jesus. Fucking assholes they are. Total, talentless, creativeless wankers. And you want to steal a scene from a film from fucking nearly 30 years ago and rewrite it because you think your rewrite is going to be fucking funny. Okay, yes, it's a respectful homage, I think you'll find. A respectful homage. No, it's not. It's not funny. The original scene from that movie was fantastic. It was great. It was funny and it was comical. It was comical. And they just fucking ruined. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take that back. They haven't ruined it. They haven't ruined it at all. Because that shit can never get close to Star Trek, The Voyage Home. Could never get close. I refuse to let it affect anything. It's not ruined anything. That scene was brilliant. That was shit. You know, and then just conveniently leaving out that Picard and Guinan have actually met in the far past. Okay, yeah, so I'm angry, I'm pissed off. Maybe I shouldn't get so fucking angry and pissed off. Maybe I shouldn't be so passionate about Star Trek, because I actually am quite passionate about Star Trek, and I'm not passionate about this, because this shit isn't Star Trek. It's people pretending to write Star Trek. They don't know what they're writing. They don't know any of the history. They don't want to put a single bit of effort in, at all. So, yeah, this episode, shit. Right? It's shit. It's a big turd fucking sandwich. Clusterfuck of bullshit. Clusterfuck of absolute puke-inducing crap. I think I may have strained my voice a little bit. There you go. There's my episode review. This episode was shit. And it proves once again that they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they've got. Anyway, if you like this video, if you like my rant, if I've not put you off, then please hit that like button on the video. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel, because I don't think I'm done yet with Star Trek Picard. I think I have to get to the end at the very least. For those of you who have asked what else I'll be reviewing, I have plans to review Strange New Worlds, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Again, it's a bit of a Kurtzman deal, but it might be better. I have no expectations. And I shall be reviewing the Orville as well when that comes out. And I'm going to start branching out into different shows. I'm currently working my way through The Expanse, so I may do a video on The Expanse once I've gotten to the end. So if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button. I apologise for the video being so long, but thank you for sticking with me for so long. Until the next time I see you, look after each other, look after yourselves. Have a wonderful week. Until next time, bye-bye for now.
I need the silence, stop the violence of the war in my head. Time's the healer, the eraser of all done and said. And as I fall back to my shelter, I know I'll only find peace in your smile.